You are listening to the EVP Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the EVP Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Beaker.
I am one of your hosts, Ghosty.
So I hope you all enjoyed last episode about quantum entanglement. But I also hope you enjoyed my little series on haunted or horror movies inspired by actual events.
No, they did. You know they loved it.
Of course they did. And I actually had someone reach out to us, the Queen of Cryptids.
Yeah.
She did comment on the Facebook saying she enjoyed the series, and I surprised her. And I told her, I'm like, well, guess what? I'm working on a whole new series. So this is going to be part 1 of 6.
Mm-hmm.
I have 6 episodes I'm working on, and this will be the first one.
I like that idea. And after your series of things, I might have a series of things to follow.
You can do your own series.
That's
the best part.
Reptilian series.
We can do a reptilian series. I'm doing something slightly different than that. Not reptilians, not horror movies. Something a little forgotten, if you will.
Uh-huh.
So there's places where people die, and everyone knows about it, right? Like Waverly,
Yeah.
Trans-Allegheny, Gettysburg even. There's a date with them, there's headlines, there's a marker in the ground. Then there's places where people died, and it barely registers that it even happened, right?
History was erased.
Exactly. There's no grave site, there's no records, sometimes not even a name. And that's what this episode's about, and this is what this series is about. It's not about a massacre. It's not about one big event that happened. It's just people dying quietly, one at a time, in a place that was never meant to remember them. This episode is about a place called Moonville Tunnel.
Moonville Tunnel.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
Now, before I get into Moonville Tunnel and what happened there, I kind of want to explain a little bit about what this series is. This is going to be Forgotten Death Sites, is what we're going to be talking about over the next 6 months, because I do 1 episode a month and you do 1 episode a month. So for the next 6 months, y'all, you got me till June or July talking about Forgotten Death Sites. Now, this isn't about jump scares or urban legends. It's about places where people died and the system around them never really slowed down long enough to notice.
Ooh.
We're talking about railroad workers. I bumped your camera. That's cool. We're talking about prisoners. We're talking about people that were just passing through. We're talking about the kinds of death that get written off as accidents, quote unquote, and then forgotten. And that's kind of what happens when nobody remembers you. That's usually when stories start to grow.
Yeah, so pissed off ghosts.
Yeah, pretty much. But maybe not. This place, I don't think we have a whole lot of pissed off ghosts. We'll get into that in a little bit when we talk about what people have seen here. The sightings, like, Moonville Tunnel. Gussy's being choked out by his snake.
Yeah.
For those of you watching on YouTube and Spotify,
Pumpkin Spice out here with me.
Yes. Give a shout out to a new listener of the show, Jamie. She doesn't like your snakes. She thought it was cool that you have snakes, but she doesn't like snakes, and neither do I. I held one once.
They're growing on you.
They're not really. They're growing on you, and that's fine. So Moonville wasn't really a town.
Good place?
Well, no, not really. Like, I mean, it was there, right? But they didn't have a mayor. They didn't have a school. There was no cemetery. The only reason why this place existed was for the railroad.
Okay.
It was kind of like a stop, like a train stop, right? Its function was, it was a place for workers to pass through and to keep coal and trains moving. Like, it wasn't a destination go-to place like Elko or some other places that we've talked about in the past. Like
Yeah.
it was just there to help people get from point A to point B. It was just like a place on the way.
Is it like nothing? Is that a hard place to live in or something? Too cold? Too hot?
I don't know.
Uh,
Most people weren't really settling down there.
not enough brothels.
No, probably
That's why.
not.
No one.
No, because it was mostly men, like railroad workers. You didn't have a lot of female workers.
That's why they don't want to go
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
We'll still find some girls.
I said people weren't just settling down here. They were just trying to make a living and go about their lives. And that matters. It does. Is it because when someone died here, there usually wasn't anyone around to ask questions?
Yeah. You did.
Exactly. They didn't have family members there with them. There was no spouses that were their spouses were back home wherever they were at. There was no paper calling to check in, a newspaper or whatever.
It's like you never existed.
Exactly. That's the whole point. You didn't exist. If you
Yeah.
died here,
Who are you, anyways?
exactly, you were nobody.
Yep.
According to the system. They didn't care.
Did they have a system?
Not really.
Exactly.
It was just kind of, you were gone and forgotten.
Put your name down or no?
No.
Yeah.
So railroad work back then. Railroad work back then, it was kind of brutal. Long ass shifts. People were exhausted. They'd get tired. They'd get delirious. There's very bad lighting in the tunnel. And tunnels like this one, they were dangerous as hell. Like a lot of bad shit happens. Like the sound,
Bad shit happened.
bad shit happens. Like the sound echoed, so you couldn't really tell like where shit was coming from, right? The trains were coming a lot faster than people expected. And if you made one mistake, you were pretty much done for. Now, if a worker died, the railroad didn't give a shit. They just bring on the next person.
Yeah. They have people in line.
Right. And that's where they get forgotten. They're just like, okay, next. It's like people say now, you're just a number.
Yeah.
They literally were.
Similar. All the ones that got Shanghaied. Don't hear much, Shanghai.
Yes. There's a couple deaths in Moonville that people still talk about. But what's interesting is what we mostly know about them is because of stories, not because of records. So it's just hand-me-down stories. There were no records. Yep. Usually
for me?
no. I don't know. I had a brain fart. Been up since 4:30.
We do that next time you have a brain fart. You'll
Bloop, bloop,
stop
bloop.
farting.
I'll just bloop. That's a brain fart now. Bloop. Usually when stories stick around, it's because something was left unfinished. Now, one of the most well-known stories about this place is about the Brakeman. Yes. Oh my gosh. He's a brakeman, so he's a guy whose job was to signal trains, usually at night, standing close to the tracks with a lantern. The brakeman.
Oh, yeah.
The guy's like, hey, train, stop.
Yeah, I get
He's
it.
got his little lantern.
Yeah, tell him to
Tell him
put the brakes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the brake man.
Like I said earlier, one mistake, you were gone.
Yeah. I gotta be a good brake man.
Yeah. Or a dead brakeman.
Yeah, if you're not good, you're a dead brake man.
So he was one of the ones that made a mistake. And he was gone. So what people say they still see when they go there is people said they started seeing a lantern near the tunnel, just kind of floating there. There was no body, no signal, nothing. It's just the lantern just hanging out in the tunnel. May or may not be paranormal. No idea.
So is there a road nearby?
There could be. It's kind of.
Pull it up on the map.
I could do that.
Let's find this tunnel.
Here's the deal.
If there's a road nearby and someone's seeing some headlights or people in their house lighting.
Okay, so first off, this is in MacArthur, Ohio. And I don't think so. I mean, there's a trail.
in Ohio.
So there is a trail nearby, but there's not really a road. Like there's a hiking trail,
Where someone could be using a flashlight.
quite possibly. But people started seeing this like,
Predating flashlights,
well, I mean, yeah, they're using lanterns.
lantern lights.
So I mean, it's been reported after, not too long after he passed away.
Okay. Well, very possibly could happen.
It's possible that he's still there doing his job,
Yeah, because he's
Holding
not
his-
finished with it.
holding his light up, signaling trains that aren't there. Maybe he still sees them though, because I've seen that before. Like when we're talking to spirits, they see things how they were when they died and not how they currently are.
Fourth dimensional.
Fourth dimensional.
Interesting.
And then there's another individual, a woman, if you will, that was searching for her husband.
Unfinished business.
Unfinished business. Well, he never came home. So she went going up and down the tracks looking for him.
Went to a tunnel, maybe?
Maybe. She might have gone into the tunnel. I know she went on the train tracks because she was hit by a train and killed. And that's pretty much anyone knows about her.
Lost and forgotten.
Yep. We don't know her name. There's no burial records. There's no follow-up. There's nothing. Back then, women traveling alone didn't really exist in official records, and grief didn't really get documented. So she may have died trying to find someone that was already forgotten.
Interesting.
Can you imagine? Like, you always hear about people talking about, their legacy or, wanting a son to carry on the name and stuff like that, because they don't want their name to be forgotten.
Yeah.
And here we've got the first of 6 places that I'm going to be talking about where this is exactly what happened to these people.
Right. So you got a bunch of people whose legacy ended with them.
Right. Well, like I said, they didn't really document who was there working on the railroads. If you died, they just kind of, there wasn't a cemetery.
Named off the paid
Yes,
list.
they're just like, scratch your name off, move on to the next. The thing is like, there's probably a lot more deaths that happen in this place. And there could be more activity going on there. This is just the stories that have kind of
Been told.
and passed the test of time.
We
We don't know.
Exactly.
So railroad injuries were very common. Fatal ones were not always written down. Some people were taken away quietly. Some people were buried nearby without markers, and some deaths were just logged as accidents, quote unquote. Basically, if your name wasn't written down,
You never existed.
you didn't exist.
Just like they wanted.
Pretty much. Now, when the railroad stopped using the tunnel, Moonville stopped mattering because there was no point of it anymore. Like I said, it wasn't a town. It wasn't like a go-to destination. So when it was no longer needed, it just became one of those forgotten places. Is your snake still choking you out there?
No, not choking me out. I just don't want her to fall. She pulled off my headphones and I'm holding on to one ear as she's making her way down my arm. Come on.
Alrighty.
Isn't she a sweetheart?
She sure is. People remember her because it's documented.
Pumpkin spice.
Unlike these 2 unfortunate people we just talked about.
Yep, I got papers from her.
The thing is, like, when Moonville stopped mattering, there was no community left behind to remember it. There was no church keeping records. There was no cemetery visits. There was no stories that were passed down through families. Nature just kind of, you've seen these places. I'm sure you've seen like AI videos and stuff like that, or just places throughout history that have you seen like the amusement park pictures where they've been abandoned for so long that it's just like overgrown?
Yeah.
Like that's what happened in this place, right?
Right.
Because people
Like
stopped.
the ghost towns.
Yeah, the ghost towns and stuff like that. So people stopped going there, so nature just kind of grew back the way it was before.
Yeah, back to nature.
We had trees growing over the tracks, buildings fell down, just like any abandoned ghost town, right?
Yeah.
And that's when records disappeared and stories kind of took over.
Yeah.
Because no one really cared. And that's where ghost stories come from. A lot of the time.
Myths. Ghost lore.
Well, ghost lore. I mean, you think about any of the places that we've talked about throughout the years, right?
Yeah.
A lot of it is just people, including us, when we do some of our episodes, we're just retelling stories that other people have told.
Yes.
Or sharing our own personal experiences.
Retold
ghost lore. That's the name of the series. Retold Ghost Stories.
Well, keep on talking.
Yeah. So there's no fear here. There's no evil here. Just kind of some guilt, maybe.
Unfinished business.
Places like this is where responsibility just kind of stopped. Responsibility. What's that?
It didn't stop. They're stressing out over there.
Well, maybe at least 2 spirits. Maybe.
2 that we know of. We should go over there and get their names. Because that's what they want.
Well, so we could go there. And we could do that.
Should do that. Quit your job.
So here's what's interesting. This is what people are still reporting in Moonville. And it's not very dramatic. There's no full body apparitions. There's no like full-on conversations that people are having there. There's just like little fragments of evidence, if you will, that people have gotten. Some people will hear footsteps behind them, which is common.
Right. Raccoons, maybe.
Very possible. People say they hear voices calling out, feeling like someone's just like right there next to them. And they're saying just simple words like help or wait.
I got some infrared binoculars. We should go
there. Usually when they hear their voices, they're just really short. Not like full-on sentences like stuff we've gotten before. They do sound urgent. And honestly, like that kind of makes sense.
Because they're stressing out.
They are stressing out, most likely, because they were forgotten. They want people to know
that shit they were doing. And nobody knows what shit they were doing.
Right?
So it's never been done.
Well, it's also possible because like trauma doesn't really speak in long sentences. It kind of breaks things down into pieces. Have you noticed that in like the more traumatic areas? It's, usually something simple like that, like help me or help. You don't get a whole lot of information. We've been on investigations before where we get those words like help. And
because they're so frantic, maybe they use up a lot of energy so fast.
Maybe. We could go there. And if we did go there, if we were standing in the tunnel, I don't think we would ask the question like, is anybody here?
Because we already know they're there.
We already know they're there, right?
So quantum entanglement.
Exactly. So we could ask questions that people probably aren't asking when they go here or some places, to be honest with you. Questions like, your name. Did anyone know your name? Or what is your name?
We can bring pumpkin spice.
And
not introduce her to everybody.
We could, and hope she doesn't get lost in the wilderness.
No, we'll hold on to her.
Okay, good. We could ask questions like, did someone come here looking for you? We could ask questions like, did you die working here? We can ask, we've done this on investigations where you've got the normal, I don't know why it is, like people's go-to questions is like, when did you die? Which is fine, right? Or do you want us to leave? I hear that so many times.
I know, it's just like, do you want to leave or something? Is that right? Is that you say you want to just get out of here?
Blink twice if you want us to leave.
Make a noise if you want us to leave.
Like I talked about this on a recent episode where we were at Salt Air and we asked like what their favorite ice cream was. I think that's going to get spirits opening up a little bit more if you're asking kind of those like not so personal questions. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Just a friendly question.
Like just kind of, what was your favorite, food or dessert or
what's the color of your hair?
Right. Kind of get to know you questions. And maybe you can get more out of them than just like help or wait. You can get some more.
A couple trips. Maybe go there, to kind of scope the place out first and leave a little offering or something.
Right. I think to the spirits, I think just someone acknowledging them there matters more than like getting the answer sometimes.
Yeah.
I
You
think
can give them something like, kind of neutral that both, male, female, whoever, so they can all interact with us. Give them some stickers.
yes, we could graffiti the tunnel with our stickers.
Yeah.
Um
And then give some
and no one will know.
some undone.
We'll definitely use the ones with a QR code, so they'll never be able to find us.
It's perfect. So you get what I'm saying.
You know, here's the thing. If something or someone is like lingering in a place like this,
Mm-hmm.
being remembered might be the only thing that they're waiting for. Right. So it could be possible where they just want someone to know their name or know that they existed to help them like move on or cross over.
Maybe, yeah, we could open the light over there and say, "We know y'all are here.
Right.
Come jump in here if you want to.
Jump,
If you've been waiting,
jump in the line, Rocky Bonnie in time. Okay,
just do it."
I believe you. Here's the thing, like, obviously spirits aren't going to be listening to this, but we kind of want to know, or
The ones in here are.
the ones in here are, but like, people that died at Moonville, they weren't just disposed. They weren't disposable. Moonville.
Never heard of it.
Moonville, this tunnel that we've been talking about for the last like 20 minutes.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Who's she? They just weren't disposable people, right? What they did was mattered. Their lives mattered. Even if history never wrote their name down, like people remember you now.
We should get some rocks and put their names on rocks. Leave them there.
We could do that.
They'd probably
Bring some little like paint kits.
just drag some rocks over from over yonder.
Yeah, we can bring rocks from over yonder, but I'd rather paint their name on the rock instead of trying to spell their name out with the rocks. I don't know if that's the way you were getting.
Bring a Ouija board.
Bring a Ouija board? I'm not doing that.
And we'll get them to spell their own name. Or bring stencils and spray paint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Here's the thing. They just need to know, like, we need to go there.
Yep.
And let them know they're not forgotten.
This book's, you know what I just got?
What?
Unlimited flights on Frontier for $350.
That's cool.
Yeah, get on it. Let's go.
Let's do it.
$350 unlimited flights till April 27th.
Okay.
So over a year of free. Let's go.
April 27th.
To April of 2027.
Oh, April 2020. I thought you said April 27th. I'm like, unlimited flights for the next 3 months. Yay.
We got to book a ton of trips here in the next year.
Okay.
Ghost, we're coming to get you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What else you got about Moon Rock Tunnel?
Moonville Tunnel? Not much. That's pretty much it. It's just like I think the whole purpose of why I want to do this series is just kind of like bring attention to these like kind of forgotten places and these forgotten people.
What if?
Maybe there's spirits here that they're just looking for
Hear me out.
or they just want someone to talk to them.
Each episode, the next 5 episodes, we broadcast live from that area.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Not live, but we go on a tour.
Well, we can definitely
Quit
try.
your job.
Quit my job,
Yeah.
so we can go travel.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll make money while you're. Let's do it.
Oh, right.
I'll show you.
I'll get right on that.
Please do. I'll show you.
Okay, buddy.
We're gonna make this happen.
I would love to make this happen.
By the time. Yeah. By the time.
But do you have?
By the time it's time, you'll be traveling and making money in no time.
Okay.
Yes.
Say that 3 times fast.
I'll never be able to say that again in my life.
I didn't think you would.
Oh, nope. So anyways, I was saying to her, I says, listen here, bitch.
Cute, man. So just kind of a sneak peek, a little bit of a teaser into my next one. We're going to be going to a jail where prisoners died without verdicts and never left their cells.
This is in Idaho.
Maybe. We'll find out next time on Forgotten Death Sites.
All right. Well, if you...
What do you think? What do you think about like going to actually going to some of these places because like they're not mainstream. Like these next, I mean, this place and the next 5 places, they're not like, you don't see them on the ghost shows. You don't really hear about them on other podcasts or stuff like that. They're just kind of ghost towns.
I was being super serial.
Yeah, no, I think I would love to. I think that's a great idea.
That passed. I just said, let's go.
I will get right on that.
Right after we hang this up, let's go.
Okay.
Right
Okay.
after we get off this phone call.
Right after we end this call, if you could do me a favor, you can get to check out our social medias at evp.pod, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, probably. You can email us at evp.pod@gmail.com. Also, check out our affiliate link at ghoststop.com and buy some of that ghost hunting gear and go ghost hunting
with us
or not. Depends on where you live. Like if you're in Alaska,
they can go live with us.
Yeah, we can FaceTime ghost hunting.
Exactly.
We should start doing live streams.
You could just set us up somewhere and they could use that as a live camera and we can just watch it, see if anything happens.
We could.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Somebody do that with us. Let's do that.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make
it snappy, Pappy.
Yeah. Right. Go sit and play.
Peace out, butterflies.